With millions of YouTube channels, lovers of the weird, wacky, and what the choose Talks-A-Lot Entertainment. This is Dick's News US. Hello and welcome to Dick's News US, otherwise known as DNUS. Yep. Tonight we're going to be talking about corruption and shit, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. And that's corruption within the U.S. government. And of course, I've already started a poll before we went live. It says, in your opinion, what percentage of the United States political system is corrupt? Right now it has one vote in it, and I'm assuming that's our wonderful mod, Vince Womack. What the hell? There he is. The man himself. It's awesome. Yeah. Just as you could probably read from the live chat right here, I'm not feeling well. My body aches, throat burns, tired as fuck, and I have a headache. Yeah, that too. There's always that. And yeah, none of it's really helping me stay focused on what I want to talk about tonight. Like, the fact that I even added this was an accidente. And Vince suggests some homemade chicken soup to kick the bugs right out of my system, and I would love that. He says, make it spicy and sweat the germs away. And he also says that the only soup he has is miso spiked with Viagra. Now it's miso horny soup. That's great. That was one of my favorite skits on SNL, was the Celebrity Jeopardy, with the one dude playing Sean Connery. And the category was foods. And write down any foods. And Sean Connery wrote down miso. And he bet horny. Miso horny. Ha! Shuck it, Trebek. Yes. Suck it. Hail to Keck44. How you doing, buddy? You're coming in just in time to hear us talk about government corruption. Make sure you participate in the poll. Yes, the poll. Don't forget to vote in the poll. Yeah. I myself cannot vote in this poll, and I wouldn't want to sway it in any way. But as I'm sitting right now, I'm going to say I'm not surprised it's 1 to 25%. Just saying. Yeah, it's a big topic these days for some reason to be talking about government corruption, because in my personal opinion, it is rampant within our system. But we're seeing some crazy shit come down the ladder. And I'm sure anyone paying attention to United States politics right now has heard of this Menendez dude, the Menendez. Yeah. He's currently been indicted, I think, on corruption charges. Because they found $500,000, more than $500,000 in money, gold bars. And we'll just take a look at this real quick, okay? He says it's not a bribe, okay? He says he hid it under, it's basically the same thing as hiding money from the authorities because he's afraid of them taking his money. He's a Democrat, so redistribution of wealth should sit with him just fine. But he says that it's because of his parents being Cuban or something like that. I went down too far. No, this isn't even the right fucking article, is it? Nope. Dang. That figures. But anyway, so basically, this guy, they found more than $500,000 of cash, gold bars, and shit in this guy's house, right? And he says it's because his parents were Cuban, and they had a thing about hiding money from the authorities so it wouldn't get seized, right? And that's kind of a shady thing to say, in my personal opinion, because if we're being totally honest about this, um, that sounds like an excuse or some shit like an uneducated teenager would make. Like, honestly, how is that even halfway believable that he and he says that it was all from his professional salary, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Um, yeah, and that's the thing is like it's a shady thing to say, but it could be true with the fact that it's an old world hangover from his parents, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I can't give these people the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, you can't trust the people that are investigating them either. Because, I mean, let's be honest, who would trust the feds? Like, seriously. Vince says, but they can't find the $2 trillion that the Pentagon misplaced. Indeed. So, of course, the Menendez thing, most of these allegations are showing up because of his ties to Egypt. Hail to TZ Burton. And yeah, I don't see. I'm so tired right now and I feel like shit. So apologize. Gosh, I'm gonna try not to bring that up every 5 minutes because it's been about 5 minutes since I said it last. You know. Um Civil asset fortitude is still a thing. That's sounds like a Google search to me because I am tired. Fortitude. Yeah, yeah. Forfeiture. I read that wrong, didn't I? Nope, he said fortitude, but it's forfeiture. Yeah, civil asset forfeiture. Um, okay. It allows for the police to seize and keep or sell any property they allege was involved in a crime. Oh, so the White House? Can they do that? Can they seize the White House? Because it's been used in a lot of crimes. Just saying. But anyway, make sure you're participating in the poll, guys. I mean, let's check out what the result. Hey, look, we got a couple people over on Rumble side. What's up to Lord Shax? Hail to you and hail to Cremator. Great to see you again. And of course, Vince is over here calling himself uh, a moron, but that's not true. Everyone makes mistakes. If you were a moron, you would have spelled moron as Mormon. Yeah. And Vince says, hi there, Rumble. And Lord Shack says he's everyone. That's kind of scary if you can be everyone. So you're responsible for everything? Bro, what the hell? But anyway, we're talking about corruption in the United States government. That's right. But this Menendez thing is slightly mind-boggling because, like, in one of the articles that I read, obviously not that one because that one was too short to shit to, and but it said that they found fingerprints on the envelopes of money that all this shit was stuffed into, right? And it was from him and his co-defendant or whatever, right? Turns out his co-defendant's his fucking wife. All right, so no shit, her fucking fingerprints are going to be on the envelopes of money that this guy has literally stashed everywhere. He stashed them inside his clothes, his dresser, like underneath his mattress and shit. He had a safe stuffed full of fucking money, and like it's all pretty normal shit if you ask me, right? I mean, who doesn't have money shoved everywhere in their house? Oh, right, 99% of America. But, it's just crazy, in my opinion, that these guys, like, he's like, I'm not corrupt. They'll never prove it. I'm fine. I'll still be the city. I'll still have a seat in New Jersey. Yeah, and he's in New Jersey of all places. You want to talk about, like, oh, allegations of corruption coming out of New Jersey? Yeah, okay. Isn't that like Tuesday? Like every Tuesday? Same thing with Chicago. Same thing. I mean, come on. Pick one of these motherfuckers. They done something dirty. I guarantee it. Because corruption is rampant in the United States, especially in the federal government. I mean, yeah. What a shock. Yeah. Everyone's shocked at the fact that you could pick a state and find a corrupt motherfucker running the politics of that state. Okay. Like, let's be real. This guy in New Jersey just happens to be from New Jersey, so nobody trusts him in the first place, right? I mean, come on. Who trusts anything that comes out of New Jersey? Ugh. Anyway, and then in response to this guy's had a bunch of his true to the blue comrades come out and start telling him he needs to resign because of these allegations, right? And then we've got Fetterman in all of his amazing, wonderful glory, saying that he's going to give back the campaign contributions he got from Menendez, and he's going to do so by packing it in envelopes chock full of $100 bills. It's like, okay, well, Fetterman should probably be investigated for corruption, because now he's admitted to having possession of envelopes chock full of $100 bills that he can just give to Menendez, probably to keep his name out of the paper. So would that be a bribe? I don't know if that would actually count or not. JK, YouTube. Anyway, hail to Parrothead. He says, can't swing a dead cat without hitting a corrupt politician. You're damn right about that. No matter what level you're on, that's the way it works. It is indeed. And hail to Nate D. Why isn't pure 100% an option on the poll? Because unfortunately they only gave me 5 options, and in order to cover the full spread, I apparently did not need the 26 to 50%. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so let's look at the poll standings so far. See here, it says one person I'm guessing, voted for 1 to 25. One person voted for 42. Well, we've got 7 votes. I don't know. 43% tie on 75 and 76 up to 100%. So this would be a fairly simple Likert scale. Just saying. It's not that bad. Was that 5 choices or only 4? That was 4 choices. See, I can't even fucking count right now. Okay? I can't even count. Gosh. You shouldn't listen to me. Like, honestly. Not when I'm like this. On Denus. Yeah. But seriously, though, there's a lot of these Democrats coming out here and saying that he needs to resign. And I'm like, okay, a lot of these Democrats are the people that we don't like very much. So is it because they're afraid of a broader investigation being launched by the federal agency, which is owned by the uniparty in charge and doesn't do anything anyway? I'm just curious, or what is their motivations for pushing him to back out? It's going to cast shade on the rest of us. Not during an election season. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter when it happened. If it did indeed happen, then there needs to be repercussions for it. But it's super shady in my mind, the people that are coming out from both sides and telling this guy that he needs to resign. And not doing anything to the people in charge. Yeah. But all the people that are coming out telling this guy to resign are all of the people that I've heard both sides complain about all the time. Like, I've heard the Republicans complain about Fetterman and, like, who the fuck else was it? I know it wasn't AOC. I don't think she's commented on this yet. But anyway, there's several Democrats. I don't remember them all. There's too many senators to remember. Okay. And I can barely remember the ones that are here. Core member says, plus he's using hail to core member 123, by the way. He says he's using Hunter's lawyer. Nothing shady about that. No, not at all. And, I wouldn't be surprised if or when this goes to trial, there's an immediate gag order and we never hear anything else about it again because they'll throw a cap on it, No media for the rest of the day regarding this. And, are they supposed to be allowed to do that? But, again, uniparty. Not as fun as Unikitty. Anyway. But if we want to talk about actual corruption here, okay, we'll talk about another big buzz topic, okay? Mr. I've got money and gold stashed throughout my house was just the appetizer. Okay, we're going to talk about an actual representation of corruption within the United States federal government. And this is not coming from one of my favorite sources. This is coming from Newsweek, by the way, but it has some important information that we need to know. Okay. But before we do, Vince Womack says, did the mainstream media interpreted Fetterman's putting on the Ritz mumblings as him complaining? Probably. I mean, don't they interpret everything one way or another? That's all I hear when Fetterman speaks is mumblings. Yeah. He's definitely not the most articulate senator or well-spoken individual I've ever seen ever in my entire life. Just saying. But so we've all heard about government shutdown, right? Ew, government shutdown. Oh no. So a lot of, this is a looming threat, like at least once a year, maybe once every 2 years if we get lucky. But the reality is when a government shutdown happens, you and I don't really experience it. Okay. What it does is it stops money flowing to. I'm sorry, hold on. He says you've never seen Young Frankenstein, right? I have, but my brain is barely operating right now, man. You can distract me on a whole ass topic just by putting Young Frankenstein in the chat. I love Young Frankenstein. That's a great movie. But I don't remember all of it right now. I mean, come on. What knockers? Indeed. Anyway, so when a government shutdown hits, it stops money from flowing in the federal government and it stops paychecks for government workers that are not salaried or whatever, if you want to say. Oh, it does. It stops payments to everybody except the bigwigs. And this means that no welfare is going out or anything like that. So a lot of people are probably fine with that part. But everybody on Congress will get paid while the government shutdown is going on. So these derpy little fucking douchebags will still make a shitload of money. So I'm not gonna blah, 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 speakers and stuff like that. This is what we're paying attention to. Okay. So House members and senators earn about $174,000 per year. Okay. The House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House takes home $223,000. Okay. the president pro tempore, whatever, of the Senate and the minority, the two, $193,000 a year. Okay. Under the Constitution, they will receive this, period. According to Article 1, Section 6, Congress members. So they're using this to justify them spending. Okay, there are 435 members elected to serve in the House, plus an additional delegates for District of Columbia, blah, blah, blah. 100 senators sitting in the upper chamber of Congress. $7 million will be paid to these people. Not each, mind you. They get a monthly salary in one lump sum while this is shut down, per month that they're shut down. And every month that comes out to $7.7 million, while the people working under them and everyone else that they are supposed to be funding and helping are getting fucked. And I don't mean fucked like, they bought you dinner, you went dancing, and then you decided, I like this guy, I'm going to bring him up to my hotel room. And then, no. We're talking like the movie Seven. Okay, you're going to get fucked by these people because they care only about themselves. It's ridiculous. Core member says, I think Social Security still goes out. Most of it is direct deposit now. That is perfectly good. Like, people who are on Social Security and had the wonderful blessings to actually make it old enough to get some Social Security, I'm glad that they can keep their shit. And I don't really care if all the welfare programs were to shut down. I wouldn't care. It is what it is, but these people are getting paid while everyone that works under them gets jack shit. He says, if they don't work, they shouldn't get paid, just like everybody else. I agree. If the government itself is shut down, these people should not make money because they are not keeping it running. That is the biggest representation of corruption that I've ever seen in my life. Because these people who are in control of all of the money in the federal government have decided, fuck the workers that they supposedly support. Fuck everybody. We getting paid. And let me put this into perspective for you, okay? That applies to the president as well. If there's a government shutdown, no money's flowing anywhere, whatever, he's still getting paid. The man who stands for the workers is going to get money while everybody else gets fucked. And he's standing there eating his fucking ice cream on the picket line, trying not to poop himself and trying to remember the 3 words he's supposed to say when he meets somebody. I'm Joe Biden. Corruption, motherfuckers. Corruption. All the way to the top. Keck44 says with insider stock options. Yes. And I'm sure you guys heard about Pelosi thinking about coming back. It's like a really bad wrestler. Like, I'm coming out of retirement. No, please don't. Fuck. Like, what the fuck? But seriously, though, raise your hand if you think that's fair. Yeah. Dipshits. Congress will still work, but their staff will be sent home. Didn't the Dems plug in more money to Ukraine budget and reps said get it out? So they've decided to leave in. Like, the government shutdown has also exempted any payments to Ukraine. So the workers here in the United States, the aides and stuff and all, I get that most of them are shit fucking people, probably, because they work for these asshats, and they're probably the ones writing the bills a lot of the time. But who's getting paid? Honestly, hail to Landrigan. What is up, my homie? But none of these people get paid, but the people in Ukraine will still get our was it another $2 billion grant? No, was it $3 billion grant that we gave them this month? I can't keep track of them all. It's crazy. And the thing that pops into my brain for some silly, messed up reason is money laundering. It's just it just seems like something you would do to launder large sums of money. If you had international clout, like if a mob boss were to get that kind of clout, he would do it the exact same way, kind of thing. It's kind of crazy. And remember, if you would like to support the channel, you can always hit the Ko-Fi link in the live chat and the description. But anyway, so also make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I don't do that enough. I should say that more often. But anyway, think about it. All of these, the money that matters feeding families for the people that don't actually know what's going on is not coming in. And I'm talking about like the low level staffers who are like, I work in the mailroom and I'm not getting paid now. How am I going to make rent? Too fucking bad, because the senators, the congressmen, the president, and all the judges are still getting paid. So, and Congress may still work, but do they work in any way, shape, or form? Do they? I don't think they do. I think they sit around bickering like they're actually fucking, like they forgot that they're not on social media, so they're just gonna be dumbasses on the floor. And you can't tell me that corruption is not at its highest ever peak. Like let's be real. Like J. Edgar was probably one of the most crooked law enforcement people in history. Let's be real. He pales in comparison to what's going on right now. I mean, we have international money laundering. I'm just going to call it as I see it. Okay, this is all my opinion. We have international money laundering. We have a government shutdown, which keeps paying all of the douchebags that are fucking it up in the first place, but nobody else. We have people being found with hundreds of thousands of dollars hidden throughout their home. $480,000 just in cash. All in envelopes. Inside of a safe sometimes. And then they found gold bars. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know how much... Do you know how many corn dogs I could buy with one gold bar? Think about it. Some gold ass ingot. Yeah. I'm feeding myself corn dogs for like ever. Corey loves corn dogs, by the way. Yeah, I do. I'm really pissed off at the fact that they're all chicken now. I don't want chicken corn dogs. I want an all beef frank wrapped in fucking cornbread. But no, now I have to do it myself and make pigs in a blanket with cornbread somehow. Anyway, Vince Womack says, caress the like button and hug subscribe. Yes, indeed. And Nate D says corner. Okay. Nice. All right. Core member says Biden put $24 billion to Ukraine in the budget. The GOP said, get it out. Put in the Defense Department's budget request. I agree. It's money laundering. Ukraine got a lot of shit on the family, on the Biden family. Yes. See? Landrigan says corn dogs are great. Nate D says corn dogs are great. And Biz Womack has never had a corn dog. That's because you're not in the United States. You need to go to a state fair here in the United States, and you need to like just get one of those big ass corn dogs that you're like, man. Dude, yeah, see, Keck 44. He knows what's up. 100% beef corn dogs for the win. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm probably going to go. Like, I got those cheap ass, like, mostly chicken with a little bit of pork. Probably all byproduct. But they taste so fucking good. And I'm like, all right, I'll eat these. Core member says, I have to admit, corn dogs rock the world. Dude, they're so good. And you can eat them with pretty much anything. And they're like the ones that I got right now, right? Okay, so they got a little bit of flavor to them. Like, I'm not sure what it is. It almost tastes like they cooked them in a barbecue sauce of some kind. But hail to Jason Fox from 540 Studio. It's a 5 pink hands waving. Yes, you should be getting hungry. Go get a corn dog, homie, if you can. I don't know if you can or not, but yeah, it's so good, and it's got this honey batter on it. Man, can't tell the munchies are kicking in. Yeah, when I'm feeling like shit, what do you think I do all day? Let me come in. But anyway, corruption has not like just recently cropped up. Okay, if you look at all these people that you would suspect are corrupt within the government, you would almost immediately be like, it's a geriatrics convention and or a special needs convention in some cases. Because like we got like a lot of really old people that have absolutely no reason to be there anymore. Like they did their thing like 40 years ago. What? Yeah, I know, Keck. I know. Haven't seen 100% beef ones in over a year. I know, dude. What happened to my beef, homie? You can't tell me all those cows that died didn't get chopped up and put in a fucking food. I love animals. They're walking food. And yes, I am one of those weird people. It's not just how I look, by the way. I will literally eat any meat one time, with the exception to trite. I will not eat intestine, like stomach of anything. Or is that tripe? That's tripe with a P. And I won't eat the testicles of any animal. I just won't. It's a personal lifestyle choice of mine not to eat testicles, not to put testicles in my mouth. But I will try any type of meat-based food one time. I have eaten bugs in the past. I have eaten rattlesnake, alligator. I've never tried ostrich. I've always wanted to try ostrich. Okay. One, you should come over here and try horse. First of all, horse is delicious. Okay. It is the single most flavorful meat you'll ever have in your entire life. It's delicious. And Nate D says, "What about tongue?" I absolutely love tongue. I like cow tongue. I don't have a specific way to cook it, really. It's not a regular dish in my house because it grosses everybody else out. But I do like it. I'll also eat kidney. I'll eat liver. Deep fried. What was that? Chicken hearts that one time. Yeah. So like Keck 44 knows. And he's like, tripe is supposed to be good, but yeah. No, why would you eat stomach? Like tripe and collard greens. Man, no. No. Won't. It's just like I won't eat fish heads. Okay. I grew up with a guy that like his family came from Guam and like they used to eat like the fish heads. Like skull and all, just and I'm all like, nah, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get a fucking corn dog. All right. I used to work on an ostrich farm. Great meat. I've heard that it's good, but it has to be cooked right because it's one of those birds that's kind of fatty. Um, well, not necessarily fatty, but when you cook it, it leans down a lot and it can get really tough. So you have to do it correctly. But I've heard that ostrich meat is really good, but I would love to get my hands on an ostrich egg. I know you have to use like a drill to open it, but like, yeah, that's like 24 eggs, 24 chicken eggs. Like, yeah, see, Jason Fox says horse is not bad. Yeah. I mean, oh, if I'm a monster for eating tasty animals, then whatever, because I am a proud member of PETA, and that's people eating tasty animals. Damn it. I also want to try echidna. Echidna supposedly tastes like pork. Yeah. Anyway, core member says Elizabeth Warren is worth about 10 million in 2015 and around 80 million today. Hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right. Yeah, especially when you just run that by the basic salary of these people, like $100 and something thousand a year. How do you wind up with 80 million? I think the word starts with the C and rhymes with corruption. Oh, wait, that's the word. Damn it. We picked up catchphrase today from the thrift store, and that was cool. I like catchphrase. But anyway, yes, Nate D, animals are delicious. And the corruption is probably the strongest, like the dark side, with the oldest members of the House and shit, right? You know, because Biden's been in it for how long? And you know that, like 40 years. Hey, Snail Messiah says, what the hell? I know that guy. Well, if you're talking about me, then of course. She sold a lot of corn dogs. Dude, if I could get into the corn dog business, I would. Like, I would like dominate that market and be like, all beef jumbo corn dogs, bitches. That's right. We got them foot long stadium franks with cornbread, and it's on a baseball bat because it's so damn big. Yeah. Anyway, wow, that's a weird question, Nate D. But I will answer your question. He says, "Would you try human cooked?" Of course, no, I wouldn't. For several reasons. One, it's morally reprehensible, according to my own personal morals, to devour another human being. Then you have to look at the fact that it induces a disease. There's enough toxins inside of human meat that the human body does not digest that can actually trigger a form of psychosis very similar to mad cow disease, and that can cause some serious problems. Ooh. But anyway, Jason says a girl I dated back in the day stopped dating me because I did eat horse and rabbits. I love rabbit stew, bro. Excuse me. So he says Vince Womack says about 2% of the US population are millionaires, but over 50% of Congress and House. You mean they're richer than like 98% of their constituents? That's crazy. They make more money than their constituents. Who would have ever imagined? Hail to Snail Messiah. He says, Corey, we're a few tubers and other talent who are making a radio drama. We're on a world-building stage. Would you like a few voice roles here and there? Yeah, absolutely, dude. sir.talksalot.yt@gmail.com. Hit me up. And yeah, I have all the spam filters and stuff turned on, so if you don't hear back right away, I apologize. But anyway, and Snail Messiah, dude, for people like you in the community, I'll never turn down a voice role unless it's something that I don't have time for. You're like, I need this reading of Moby Dick done by Tuesday. I'm gonna be like, no. Nate D says, I've heard people is bad food. Yeah, especially today. Like, okay, and also think about the amount of shit people put into their bodies. Okay, we're not going to eat diseased, nasty meat that has a whole bunch of chemicals and one. Oh wait, a lot of people do. But anyway, but that would alone would ruin the meat because you would meat tastes like what it eats. That's the plain and simple truth. And you know, when you catch a wild rabbit, it's gamier than something you would get in a farm raised rabbit. It's Vince. I don't even know what that means. Does that make me old now? I don't know what that. Okay. If that's a reference to an internet video of some kind, I rarely ever watch like shorts or anything like that, let alone with sound. So I don't know what that means. But anyway, we're talking about corruption here on DNUS. Yes. Hail and welcome. Yes, wild rabbit is delicious, Nate D. You got it. Okay. We're talking about corruption in the United States political system. And the problem, one of the other things that I see is that the Supreme Court justices are also still getting paid. So they're like, whatever, we're fine. But if you needed to find corruption somewhere, you would think you'd look at the Supreme Court. And the reason I say that is because, yes, there's all this drama going on with this Clarence Thomas and Tom whatever. Yes, that's happening. That's a thing. Okay, that's being investigated. That's just another reason that we're doing this particular live stream, because another prominent person who's on a shit list for Democrats, is now being accused of corruption. And the thing is, all of the justices are probably put in compromising positions a lot. And I'm not defending this man. I don't know this man. He's never done anything for me. So I don't necessarily care about this man. What I care about is whether or not we can trust any branch of our government. And realistically, easy answer, no. We can't trust any of them. You know that they're all crooked as fuck because they're on the hill. They're in the cesspool, as people like, the swamp, as they like to call it. Okay, it's gone beyond swamp. Okay, it's festered into a literal, like, gaping maw. It's of nasty, poisonous death. It's like the purple swamps from any Soulsborne game. It's just killing everything all over the place. But anyway, cremator. Sorry. We're back to talking meat. Wonder if he tried deer. I myself have tried deer. I love deer. I love elk. I love bison. Anyway, Snail Messiah says, corruption, here is one for you. Denmark have been asked to implement 20 anti-corruption laws, or steps, if you will, by the EU. They refuse. Why would you refuse to implement anti-corruption? That's because the anti-corruption definitions are defined by the EU, and the EU should never be trusted. Just period. But I don't know much about Denmark's shit. Core member says, not the DOJ. Still haven't seen that Nashville shooters manifesto. Nate D.I. says, actually, Clarence Thomas' presence in the Supreme Court has done a ton for you, especially if you're not a crazed lib. I will need examples, because I'm pretty sure my personal state legislature's done more to protect me recently than... And I live in Colorado. That's a weird fucking thing to say. All right, Colorado is a fucking blue nightmare. Okay, and it's just because of the big cities. You go anywhere rural in Colorado, and it's all Trump country right now. But, like, I've had... like, even in the gun control area, my governor has protected me slightly more than the Supreme Court has at this point, because he's he's not really for a lot of tighter gun control, even though he pretends that he is. If he was, he would push harder. I don't like Polis. I hope that he just goes away, like, forever. Like, goodbye, go to Tahiti or whatever. Vince Womack says, but the accusations came from the political left, so I hardly believe it. Biden attacked Thomas even during his hearing to become Supreme Court judge. You are correct, sir. But the problem there is corruption is kind of like a cancer. Okay. I'll read Snail Messiah's thing. He says, trust me, they're corrupted to the core. It's fairly open too. Well, normally I would go on against anything EU, but when you fight corruption, I kind of have to agree. It depends on how they're fighting corruption. But the problem that I have is corruption for someone like Thomas, even if he's not an actual corrupt person. I don't know for sure. I'm not involved in an investigation in any way or privy to any facts. Okay, just what is spewed out on the completely untrustable mainstream sources. But anyway, if the person that puts these people in power is corrupt, they themselves are by default corrupt. In my personal opinion, do I think Donald Trump is a trustworthy person? Absolutely not. He's still the shiniest of the two turds, though. And while he's corrupt as fuck in many ways, I don't see any evidence of him being corrupt as a leader. Like, he's a shitty person. My mind is blown. Okay. But the thing is like once the corruption is there, it starts to hook in deeper and deeper. You're seeing it a lot. Yeah. Colorado. Yep. It's I fucking hate the Californians that move here and fuck everything up. None of them know how to drive. Just throwing that out there. Like I thought Colorado drivers were bad, but now I'm just realizing they're all Californians. And it's just killing me. It's killing me. Vince Womack says, hate to admit it, but the Fourth Reich, I mean EU, does have some positive aspects to them. Data protection is another. Sweet, but as he pointed out, I have no idea where that went. I knocked something over and now I have to find it. But anyway, let's just take a look at the poll numbers, shall we? Let's see what people think. 50% are so far saying that it's 76 to 100. 40% say, and that's 10 votes. Okay, so 5 people said that it's 100%, almost somewhere in there. 4 people said 51 to 75, and 1 person said 1 to 25. Yeah. I got a piece there. She says it's Camirado. Yes, it really is, especially when you're in the inner cities or the more populated areas, and it's all trash. It's all fucking trash. I hate it so much. Gosh, I'd love to be able to leave Colorado, but the housing market, oh my gosh. Snail Messiah says, meat, I love it. I had French wild boar, Greenland whale. Ooh, that sounds good. Reindeer, several kinds of bird. I like various types of fowl as well. A lot of fish, yes, indeed. Seal, never had that. Seagull eggs, haven't tried that either. Danish stag. See, I would eat all of that. Absolutely eat all of that. If animals weren't made to be food, they won't be tasty. Damn right. Damn right. Hell yeah. So, core member says, off topic, but did you see this? NFL's Washington Commanders have been sued by the Native American Guardians Association, are advocating for the team to revert to their prior name of Redskins. Hell yeah to the Native American Guardians Association. That is fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah. And TZ Burton says the quiet parts out loud. You know, $178,000 salary, $600,000 cash and under his bed, $100,000 in cold. Yeah, Congress is corrupt. 110% corrupt. In my personal opinion, and this is just a thought, we need a fire sale on the entire fucking lot. Okay, we need to get rid of every sitting judge. We need to get rid of every sitting senator, every sitting congressman. We need to get rid of the fucking executive branch that's currently occupied by Grandpa Puppet Man. And we need to just start the fuck over with good representatives. Okay. And it's impossible to find them because the only people that we'll see are the people that are paying to be put right in front of our eyes. Okay. The entire system is corrupt. Okay. Because the media is in on it. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. I'm sorry if that's a bombshell. The media is in on it. That's why you take everything anyone in the media says with a grain of salt. Keck44 says, gotta go later all. We'll catch you later, bro. Have a great rest of your evening, day, whatever it happens to be, wherever you happen to be. Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll out because it looks like the majority of people think that at least half of the U.S. government is corrupt. Yes, indeed. 90% of the vote went to over 50%. Like, wow. TZ Burton says, I only dream of those Russian hypersonic missiles. In Minecraft, of course, FBI is asshole. Yes, indeed. FBI is asshole. Core member says that's why they're trying to get Rumble shut down. Not surprised. Snail Messiah says, I like your shirt, Corey. It's trippy in a good way. Why, thank you. Yeah. It's just what I threw on this morning. And it happened to go with the headband because apparently I'm a fucking hippie. I don't know if people realize this or not, but I am not a fucking hippie. I bathe too often to be a hippie. I am definitely not a peace loving individual. My favorite things to watch are typically blood sports and violent animes. Definitely not a peace lover. Just saying. But a lot of people are like, dude, you look like a hippie, or people will be like, you look like a. Sometimes I'll be wearing the right thing, and they'll be like, you look like a biker, and I'm all like, yeah, except for the fact that I've never ridden a motorcycle, ever. Well, that's not true. I rode a dirt bike to the end of the block and back one time, and that was about it. Hail to Sean E. Step. Wonderful to see you. Yes, indeed. He says, you're more Duck Nation than hippie. I'll take that. Hell yeah. Nate D says they will kill Rumble this fall just like they killed Locals in 2020. There's a lot of weird coincidences going on around here with 2020 and now. And I don't want to get hit with a strike or anything, but I got to say, it really bugs me. You know what bugs me? You know what really bugs me? I'll tell you what bugs me. All the fucking reoccurring bullshit, all right? We've got another fucking COVID scare, and I don't fucking believe you. And we've got another fucking government shutdown, and I don't fucking care. And then they're killing off free speech apps like Rumble, just like they did before. And you know what? Everyone else is just going to be like, hey, it's par for the course. All right. It's perfectly fine. And ain't nobody got to worry about shit. All right. Yeah. Anyway, core member said, I grew my beard out like you. Mine is gray, and I look like David Letterman now. David Letterman with a beard. It's weird. The mental picture I have of David Letterman with a beard is that crazy crackhead that asks everybody for money. Interesting. Vince Womack says you should swing your ass in a copper and just drive. On a copper and just drive. Really clears your head. I'm assuming he meant chopper because, once again, Vince Womack, not really. Yep, there it is. Chopper. Are you tired, sir? I feel like you're tired, sir. Man. Letterman looks like an old Jerry Garcia now. I have to see this. I have got to see this. Man. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, he does. Look at that. Look at that. I had not actually seen him. Look at that. He looks like fucking Santa Claus, bro. Man, if only he was actually likable. In this picture here, he looks like Freud. And that's not a good thing. Because that man was obsessed with penis. You know, I mean, like obsessed with penis. Core member says that's me. You're obsessed with penis? I'm kidding. That really, wow. All I got to say, that's not a bad look. Tell me about your mother. Yeah. Tell me, little Susie, did you envy the penis that Bobby was given by God? And that, of course, would make Freud cringe like hell, because I'm pretty sure he was an atheist. But anyway, Snail Messiah says, do you know that what nannies did to boys at that period to make them calm down? Right? No, probably not. He says, I look like Dirty Santa. Dirty Santa. I'm sure some ladies that get behind that, or you could get behind some ladies with that. However you want to phrase that to make yourself feel good. You know, just saying. Just saying. I'm also gonna say I don't really care for this this thing. Like what is Like, okay, so like, let's say I want to get rid of the dirty Santa thing. Like, I can't delete that. Oh, hey, I can now. Okay, then why are the 3 buttons even there? If I can just click on it. I mean, what the hell? But seriously though, it's like, why is that even? No. No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 55 minutes of me ranting about random shit. Yeah, it was supposed to be about corruption, and I think we covered a lot of bases, but honestly, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Snail Messiah said hand jobs, I kid you not. So Freud got a lot of those, probably in for some of his penis adoration, let's say. Probably. Yeah, get it off your chest, Corey. Well, I do what I can. I am actually going to get going. I probably will not be on Monday Meltdown tonight. I'm pretty beat. This headache's pretty bad, and I'm gonna go eat some food and try to go to sleep. Yes, Vince Womack. The stream got corrupted by meat. Everybody loves to get corrupted by meat. Yeah, even vegans. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy. Don't get murdered. I'll see you Thursday for Dick's News International. And as always, have a wonderful time. Bye bye. And thank you, Cremator. Thank you.